What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Sting. And I wanted to once again thank both Michaela, who sent me this greatest hits CD of Sting's, which is called Fields of Gold, as well as Stephan, who sent me indeed a proper album. The folder was labeled Sting, so I didn't pay close attention when I first looked at it, and I thought it was just a collection of songs. But then if you go inside the folder, it makes clear that this is The Dream of the Blue Turtles, 1985, his first solo album. So, number one, I will comment that that's a very amusing album title, but I figure we will jump back and go through his first album, at which point I'll return to this greatest hits compilation. So, thank you to both of you, I appreciate it. And the first tune on The Dream of the Blue Turtles is If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free. I'm trying to remember what this is from. It's a movie, I want to say. Maybe it's a show. I'm more inclined to think film. But there's a character who's saying to someone who's jealous and frustrated because they're aware this other person has the affection of someone that they have strong emotional attachment to. And the person says, hey man, if you love somebody, set them free. And if they love you, they'll come back. And the guy, whoever it is like, it's a bloody Hallmark card. And the guy's like, hey man, I'm just trying to make it easier on you. So yeah, I forget what that exchange is from, but that's what I think of when I see this. The expression that if someone is, let's say, destined to be with you, even if you don't take that in a supernatural, teleological way, just the idea that for a relationship to be long-lasting and healthy, it has to be able to survive separation and the lack of a necessary character, meaning it shouldn't be forced, it shouldn't be imposed. So if you say, hey, you know what, you're free to go explore or to figure out, what you have with someone else, and if it's meant to be for us, you'll come back. So that seems to be the sentiment. Now, of course, the context of someone saying that can change the nature of the statement, or can suggest a very different dynamic depending on the specifics. So I'll see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is Sting. It's the first tune from his album The Dream of the Blue Turtles, 1985, and it is If You Love Somebody, Set Them Free.
Free, free, set them free. Free, free, set them free. Free, free, set them free. Free, free, set them free. If you need somebody, call my name. If you want someone, you can do the same. If you want to keep something precious,
Now, I'm going to start with Sting's vocals. They are incredible here, and he's doing some different things. He's really burning hot and raspy in, I think, the first line of the chorus, but he's also doing some vocalization, some whooping. He's also singing, very melodically and with a bit of flow, as I've heard him sing in some Police songs. So yeah, I think his vocals are the biggest star here. But definitely there's like this soul pop vibe to the tune overall, and the saxophone really not only accentuates that, but is itself a really enjoyable feature of the tune. And I was thinking during a moment there, like, oh, it reminds me of my very limited knowledge of Hall & Oates. More on that coming very soon, maybe even starting in this batch, which is to say I have been given access to, shout out to Yvonne, a CD of the best of Hall & Oates, and so at long last a duo I've been thinking about reacting to since I started doing reactions will finally be happening. Nevertheless, I was hearing during this song some vibes that reminds me of, again, my very limited knowledge of that duo, in terms of blending a bit of a pop flavor with some soulful stylings, and definitely the organs were given some soul here. Like there were some really nice organ chords, and sort of a rolling, flourishing layer of organ chords in the track. There's also what I think is like a tambourine, both like shaking and sort of that clap type of rhythm with the tambourine. I don't know if it's a true tambourine or like a tambourine kit in a drum configuration. Either way, it all was very soulful, I guess a bit bluesy. Some of Sting's vocals had a bit of a bluesy flavor, so like soul blues pop somewhere in there. Lyrically, I'm less entirely certain. I mean, it feels like it is essentially the essence of what I was talking about in advance, this idea that like if something is to be really valuable or to be true, then there has to be freedom. There has to be this degree of like, you're here with me because you want to be, not like locking something away and what was it, throwing away the key. So it sounds like he's saying like, if you're going to be with me, then we have to have this understanding that for real love to be the case, there has to be freedom also. You can't have something as a possession. I think he like made reference to that specifically. So drawing a distinction between owning someone, so to speak, and being with them of their own free will. So maybe there's aspects of it that fit with that, but I'm also missing some other details. Maybe I'm misreading what I heard, but admittedly some of the vocals were so impassioned and powerful that I was hearing them more than the words per se, which does happen sometimes on a first listen. But yeah, like it does feel like this is different from Police material, but also, with some stylings that maybe there were hints of in the later Police catalog, which I get it. People commented that, part of the tension in the Police at the last phase of the band was that it felt like Sting was sort of imposing more of his musical vision rather than it being more of, let's say, a full collaboration, which, again, I don't know much about that backstory outside of some comments that I've read, but going into this solo Sting journey, I am aware that that was one of the factors that led to the dissolution of the Police, or the, not dissolution, but the dissolution, meaning the breaking apart of, or the withering away of. In any case, I very much enjoyed this, the saxophone and Sting's vocals especially, as well as just the overall vibe. So once again, I will go through the remainder of this CD, but I figure we'll go through his first album, and maybe there's going to be some crossover. I didn't look at all the tracks to compare, but I wouldn't be surprised if there are at least a couple tunes from the opening album on this compilation. In any case, let me know what you think of this one, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.